Let's go to quote number. All right. Inform the advocate general that we are waiting. Oh, 24. If the advocate general comes, you don't hear. Next one. Ask the advocate general words of on his rates to another bench. It was expected of the advocate general to mention before us those that it would not be possible to record and all. Mr. MPSN, the matter is treated on basis on urgent mention. Mr. Ahmed, the counsel for the one-man committee, has talked to has mentioned the matter due to pressing urgency. He brings to our notice that most of the staff of the committee he brings to our notice, in spite of repeated requests, the posts in the committee are vacant, and the tenure of the other staff are about to expire, but no steps have been taken. Even the remuneration of the honorable chairman has not been sanctioned and or released. There are outstanding views of the former Honorable Chairman too. Stop. Matter was mentioned in the morning upon notice to the state. This court directed the learned Advocate General to be present. When we assembled after lunch, the Advocate General, uh, learned counsel for Advocate General seeks accommodation on the ground that he is addressing another bench. It would have been in such circumstance, it would have been desirable if the Advocate General had mentioned the matter earlier and sought accommodation. Be that as it may, we note recalcitrance and indifference on the part of the state administration to render necessary infrastructural support and human resources for functioning of the one-man committee. The one-man committee was set up, was constituted by this court with consent of the state government and other stakeholders to ensure a seamless repayment of dues to the unfortunate depositors defrauded by various chit fund companies. Lack of support from the state stands in the way of the functioning of the committee and rendering succor to these unfortunate victims. Repeated requests from the end of the committee has fallen on deaf ears. No steps, we are informed, no steps have been taken to fill up the vacancies, to fill up vacant posts or to renew the tenure of the temporary employees. Even the remuneration of the chairman, honorable chairman and former chairman have, have either not been sanctioned or released. In these circumstances, we direct the principal secretary, Department of Home, to appear personally before this court and explain the remissness in the assistance to the administration of the commission on Thursday, on next Thursday at 2 p.m. Yes, you take up at any level, let the principal secretary come and explain. Yes, now mention. Which the symbolic of the shops purchase the lands much before any of the and of parties who are so way connected with this maybe declined the final registration, but I want to put the matter in final period. But the matter is I undertake that I will not take more than half an complete my hour. I declare that my children are I can take up the number after waiting for love or more than okay to have the appearance 6th of December. Let's see. We will see. One property is not so. We will see not now what is being written. But I was under the this is in respect of which group of documents? When this other group of matters are taken up, please mention. I'll just urgency is my school is in the verge of closure. Have you taken up any applications? Have you taken out any application? Take out an application. Then you take out an application, you will consider. Useless. If you want your grievance to be heard separately, take out an application. Right. On also matter there is a action bracket and the chapter of 29 January. Come. Qualities. All are consequences. Item 1.
Malad, I beg to appear on behalf of the Respondent Enforcement Directorate online.
Yes.
Malad, this matter your lordship had heard on the earlier occasions. The tribunal remanded the matter. Your lordship indicated to allow the adjudicating authority 2 months' time to complete the de novo proceeding.
Have you completed it?
Hearing opportunity has been granted. They have, some of them have appeared, some of them have not appeared.
Already, Berlin comes for the appellant at the enforcement directorate. Place the matter for hearing after 8 weeks.
But I am the respondent.
For the respondent enforcement after 8 weeks.
Deeply obliged.
All right. Yes, next matter.
The next matter, Proya Group, today we have preferred an application being CAN 17 of 2024.
Mr. What we have proposed on last occasion, we want to comment here. We have given color and given paragraph. I understand that the report has been prepared. You are preparing this to place the inventory report and circulate it across all appearing parties. For the final hearing, what we do to have a total accurate record and compile all the papers and create a sort of compilation of the petitions and all other applications which need to be heard. Otherwise, there are innumerable petitions and proceedings which no, that is what we want that what we propose is the state of West Bengal, the representative Mr. Sharma and Mr. Bhattacharya, the company because the company, we do not wish to put any burden on the depositors, right? So far as the company, the successful bidder on the land and the state of West Bengal can sit together, prepare a compilation, circulate the compilation, so that we start the hearing and
Yes. Well, in the meantime, we can give a copy of the report.
No, first, today what we do, the inventory will be circulated amongst the countries, right? And upon circulation, we keep it on another day. That day, what we expect is three of you can sit and prepare a compilation, and we fix a date for the
Your lordship said on the last meeting, super that would that will arrive at the so far as the 11.3 acres of land is concerned, which has not yet been transferred, which is the heart of my property. But for that, the state had not offered to reporting the compensation as per the survey. But it cannot, with the greatest respect, if I succeed, the respect of the rest of that, it cannot, the greatest respect for the entire public. So, I was very happy to lordship, painting, the getting the but again, subject to the result.
There is one aspect of the matter with regard to the depositor's claims. If the state decides that the amount which is the circle rate is payable, we can always accept the offer and direct the state to deal with the land as it considers a different property. This will be subject to the hearing of the company. By correct. That is why we have kept that issue open as of now. We don't want to pass any order without hearing the company of this.
But only one respective subject, we have paid the state and state has offered to deposit it. But that's one again, subject to
we are not issued by state.
Will it be your lordship's pleasure to
an authority in perpetuity? And
regard to the detailed order has been
the offer of deposit, etc., comes when it is a private individual or a corporate body. But if it that the state, the offer of deposit is not that material as of now. Till we hear the company, and if the company comes, let us say, with a matching offer from someone who can buy the land at a higher rate, the question will arise whether we allow that person to purchase the land.
Make one very respectful subject. They can obviously be a price but suddenly when some street was coming going, that it cannot be sold to that 25 months to have all that journey.
Mr. Saha, for that,
but then there
we would be considering is a higher right for you than others, where the interest and the scope of these proceedings are to ensure a return on the land whichever is attached for the benefit of the depositors. And if situation comes to such a pass that there is no other claim than the claim of the state and your claim, we would definitely settle it. The other aspect of the matter, I think there is another reflection as to whether public asset was being disposed of at a throwaway price, etc. Public trust. So that angle we have to examine your tender or the offer which the state had entered into. So these are the two aspects. Very broadly, if we summarize, these will be the two aspects. One aspect is the state action per se. Another aspect will be the state action in relation to the interest of the depositors.
But whether the property has to transfer to me, that has to be asked. Which property has to be so that's
even here for that you are to demonstrate you are the owner of the property. If you fail to demonstrate, it cannot be a question of inference to default. So you demonstrate you are the owner of the property, definitely the state, then it will be construed that the state has illegally assumed your property.
That is my
and therefore which cannot be transferred, could not have been transferred to Mr. Charles Klein.
The Enforcement Directorate has preferred an application today before your lordship, that is CAN 17, with a prayer to allow them to proceed for provisionally attachment of the Proyag Group properties which are being enjoyed even after the lease given to the Honorable One-Man Committee in 2018. Even after that, they are generating huge profit from the hotels and clubs, but they are not depositing it into the Honorable Committee. If I not kindly take up the can for once.
That can we will take up. You have not initiated provisional attachment. We have not injuncted anyone from initiating any provisional attachment.
My lord, kindly indicate one line in the order that we can go ahead with the provisional attachment.
Our question is, till today you have not initiated any provisional attachment.
No, we have done. We have, my lord, we have
Here
arrested them, but without leave,
there
we
is no
cannot proceed.
Please don't increase the number of aspects of the dispute. Don't increase different profiles to the dispute. Let us see what are the core areas which need to be addressed. A. Was the property liable for attachment or not?
Yes.
This is the first thing which we will have to see. What was taken possession of by the one-man company? Yes. That has to be seen. And how much of that has been transferred, if at all. What we found is, we heard the state council, he indicated that certain areas have been transferred which are not part of the one-man committee's property which was in control. Correct. So to that extent, the one-man committee or our directions do not operate. And that transfer is under challenge no, on the ground of, as Mr. Bhattacharya indicated, public trust principles, that whether the state has got adequate and fair dues from the transfer, or it was a collusive exercise. Now, Mr. ED Council, Mr. Chakraborty, you have to show to us that you are proposing to attach those as not in the committee.
I have indicated in my application.
Understand, if the transfer has been made prior to your exercise, then it would be subject to the transfers.
Malad, kindly take up my application for once.
Only after the Section 5 order is passed, the proceedings will have precedence over all other transfers. So we'll see when you made at all the application. You suddenly wake up when the state transfers, you take out an application.
Malad, kindly take up my application for once. I will show only one thing.
We will not see, listen, sir. We will not see in peaceful manner. We have indicated. If you want, you please help Mr. Mitro's advocate on record, Mr. Jana's advocate on record, and Mr. Shaha's advocate on record, so that your application shall also be considered along with all other matters.
We have given that. We have given that. Copy has been served. Everything has been done. We are seeking leave from this honorable court.
We are not passing. We are not granting any leave at all. First, we have to hear out the petitions, and your application for leave will be considered along with the report. ED was party all along. Your lordship director. Sir, ED was a party. They also don't dispute anything, but they have a statutory right to proceed under the PMA. Correct. Now they have approached us to proceed under the PMA. We give them opportunity, but first let us understand the profile, the inter claims on these lands, and thereafter we will give them the leave. Because our understanding is, if the application is subsequent to the transfer between the state and the new entrant in the field, what would be its impact between the allotment of land? That is to be seen. Secondly, till now, the portion that we have allowed Mr. Shah's client to operate as per the state of West Bengal is not property in the control and domain of the one-man committee and thereby of Mr. Jana's group of companies. That is PROCEEDINGS group of companies. So how does ED therefore take out these applications for attachment have to be seen first, and then we will give the details to John.
Definitely, my lord. We'll demonstrate at that point of time before your lordship.
We need to look into all the
Yes.
One-man committee pursuant to lordship.
correct.
There is an order of injunction not to transfer it. That is there. So one of the entire property is the one-man committee, not the
This
entire
word entire property was understood on the first day when we heard these matters, not to include certain properties transferred inter se between the state of West Bengal and Mr. Shah's client. At that stage, your senior Mr. Shoktangshu Basu argued that it is not only on the premise of the claim of the depositors, etc., for the attachment, it is also with regard to transfer of land, even if it is government land or other land, without prejudice to their rights on the land, that it could not have been transferred at this rate, at price. So we will have to consider two issues. One, whether Prague Group has any right, title, or interest of the lands which have been transferred. And if the answer is yes, then it is a part of the one-man committee and it is also within the domain and ambit of ED to ask for attachment of those properties. If there is nothing on record to show that Prague Group of Industries had this land in their control, then the only issue to be decided in respect of those transfers is whether that was a fair exercise of executive power.
Your lordship have to please to summarize the position very well.
What we want your help, Mr. Muthu, you understand? It's becoming too much of. It's like various offshoots coming up. We don't want these offshoots.
Every day, my lord, there is one.
We want the core areas to be resolved, and thereafter go ahead and cut the offshoots accordingly. So to help us to do that, please compile all the papers so that we can go ahead and.
Whether the guide is expired date.
We are keeping as of now for your inventory, any comment, etc.
Violation
So we keep it, sir. Can we keep it after the? Let us keep it on 20th of March.
My lord, can I indicate one thing to your lordship? One thing.
Yes.
My lord, one part is that land, what your lordship were looking for, that state has transferred. There are other properties which we indicated in our application where the list has been given before the Honorable One-Man Committee. But the club and hotels are being run by the Bakchis, who are the owners of.
All right, your application is there. You give the number of the application.
Number CAN 17. We want that the
Respect of
profits
CAN
to be
17.
given to the one-man committee.
What we propose is you file the counters to CAN 17, right? Affidavits be filed by all parties. Not Mr. Shah's. You are not party to this. And company, state, and the depositor.
You get the copy, please, sir. Copy, yes, copy, please, sir.
Mr. Chakraborty, please circulate the copies.
My lord, copies all have been served. My junior is there.
Now,
Certificate of service.
we don't know whether copy is served or not.
My lord, even if whoever will look for copy, my junior
Mr.
will.
Chakraborty, do you want a quick disposal of your application?
My lord,
If you don't, then we
my lord,
can
my
have an
junior will provide
adjudication on
copies.
whether copies are served or not.
My lord, my junior will provide copies to everyone.
So please give the copies.
Yes.
Affidavits be filed, we can so and so. Affidavit be filed by the state of West Bengal, SEBI, company, track group of companies, and the depositories. Matter will appear on 20th of March.
Report may be second. The inventory report may be second.
ওটা তো ওই আগে হবে inventory report. SEBI places inventory report on record. Copy of the report is served upon the appearing parties. Parties are requested to make compilation of all the papers for final year's compliance.
Your lordship is in parties.
All right. The state of West Bengal, prayer group of companies, and what is your price?
Captain industry.
Your appellant.
Only one thing, I didn't papers. Apart from the intervention application, that I don't have.
No, we have some right about from.
I don't have most of the papers.
No, I think state has all the papers.
Yes, state has all the.
State has all the papers.
So I think, easily your budget was steady.
No, the papers, Mr. Shah, we are keeping you in the loop because you can expedite the process. You understand?
In our industry,
Which matter is moved by your party? Respondent, huh? You are respondent.
I remember students. Captain and Betty.
Now, you are respondents, no?
7 and 8.
Respondent number 7 and 8.
Respondent number 7 is me.
And the
Yes.
in 2 and 3, huh? With 7 and 8 যে respondent আছে 2 and 3 তাদের নাম দিয়ে ব্র্যাকেটে respondent number 7 and 8 in WPSO and so and so and so, huh? Shall prepare a compilation of all papers for final year and basically put the vote on lecture. Let the papers be there, then we will circulate, we circulate and distribute. Huh?
We are serving the copy of the statement.
Four parties because there are other items who are coming. Because captain still state the company and the depositors I shall
Main, yes. So we shall we copy of inventory is also we যারা এটা করবে না compilation করবে
and otherwise I may not be knowing
also give it to enforcement director is request to know it. Because what he is saying is some of the companies are being run where the funds are not being generated. So let us look into that afterwards. But then we require the response. All right, Mr. Chakravarti?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Because we keep this on 20th.
My lord, deeply
We are
obliged.
filing our appeal for service for 20th of March.
20th
20th of March.
March.
Within 4 weeks time. So that all of you can see this.
But submit the report, pursuant to your suggestion, submitted 11,024.
State has also submitted.
For clearing the variation of Jogdal property.
Oh,
Can
which is the matter?
Can eight. Yes, can eight.
Item. So can he?
Can it was taken up on 28th. That's the order. 9th January, can it was directed to appear on 28th. We shall file our report.
On that day.
on that means matter of already the previous matter minus instead of the actual for 8 to its matter. Because there's an issue model because extensively hard by your talks about one line deletion have requested in the earlier course order and tribunal order.
I will keep it on the next day.
Next.
Yes, it's item 1 on the next day.
Most of them.
My lord. My lord. Deeply obliged. Taking your lordship's kind leave.
Compilation of all papers for this kind of